I do want to preface, this stream is going to be ratchet. So I've got my setup here. I really want to show you it, but I can't without like tilting the cat. I mean, I guess I could try. So my laptop's like here. I got my Go XLR here. So I've got all the basics and stuff, but it's still like a pretty ratchet setup. So today I don't have a lot of time. I just wanted to stream some stuff. I've got my whole setup here. I've obviously put everything together, and the worst thing I can do is get this whole setup done and then not stream. I think we're going to keep it simple today. I think I'm just going to do some reaction content to give my slave editors something to work on.
Morgz' YouTube channel is pretty much dead with an average of only 5 million views per month.
I mean, that's my main channel though. I think my main channel's deader than Morgz. What am I on now? 4.8. He's saying Morgz is a dead channel. He still gets more monthly views than I do on main. To be fair, that's my own fault because I got these stupidly long projects and stuff. Sonny V2 is going to make a video on me saying how I fell off and my career died.
Back in 2019, when Morgz was gaining an average of 100 million views per month, it was accepted as commonplace on YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter that Morgz' audience was made up primarily
family-friendly, PG clean. I think I still have that. I think I still have that in my about section. Hang on. Only the most popular trends, videos, kid-friendly, family-friendly, no swearing content. Subscribe for good luck forever. I must have stole that from some like shitty trend channel or something.
Now, it's hardly surprising that this ended up being the case, as when Morgz first began his channel back in 2014, he was a 13-year-old child himself.
Hey guys, Morgan here, and today we have a Q&A because we just hit 1k subs.
What? I don't understand why young Morgz sounded like a chain smoker. Young Morgz sounds like he smoked a 40 pack a day. Guys, we just hit 1k subs.
The content he began to produce in combination with his own young age wasn't going to appeal to
Pausing Perry. Should I do a Forza and an XQC and just like watch the whole video saying nothing and then put it on the second channel?
anyone besides other youngsters, which was solidified to some extent in a video back in 2015 called Reacting to Hate Comments, during which he'd complain about 6-year-olds hating on his videos.
I swear every YouTuber has received one of these comments from people who look about 6, calling you a kid.
One thing I will give Morgz credit for, he had a massive glow up, right? Because he used to be big chungus. He was big chungus, but now he's actually like working at the gym and shit, and like he's really in shape now. So yeah, I respect. You can't even hate on that.
The growth of his channel led to the introduction of his mother in a video titled Extreme Q&A with My Mum.
My mum.
We love Jill. We love Jill Hudson. Morgz still pulls decent views. Yeah, considering he's not catering to like children in the womb anymore, he's doing pretty well.
On the 1st of January 2016, Morgz had only 8,000 subscribers. However, by the end of the year, he had gained more than 1 million.
Go on, Morgz!
Yet while this achievement was incredibly exciting, it would come with one specific problem.
The more loud, energetic, intense, crazy I was in the videos, that's kind of what provided the best results. And obviously my main goal, and I think pretty much most YouTubers are, but like my main goal was always just to like grow my channel as big as it could be.
As mentioned in the previous clip from the Happy Hour podcast, Morgz noticed that the more hyped and energetic he acted, the more views he received.
Yeah, I know what Morgz means about like having to always kind of one-up your persona. I remember like in my early days of YouTube, I would definitely imitate other people's kind of personas and then, you know, kind of think, okay, this person's really loud and extrovert. I need to do the same thing. So I kind of get that, even though, you know, I was catering to 10-year-olds and he was catering to 2-year-olds though.
Still, at the age of 15, Morgz would upload a video explaining that as a result of spending so much time creating videos, his school attendance had declined.
I never understood this because I don't know if you guys remember Kwebblecop. You know, the one with the funny curly hair? He goes, let's do it. He dropped out of school at 10k subs. 10k subs! That is nothing. I will never understand Kwebblecop dropping out at 10k. I mean, he's a multimillionaire now, and he's probably better off than if he ever went to education. But goddamn, people really just do expect a massive safety net. I feel so sorry for all these people, all these kids that are tricked online that they can drop out of school just to like, you know, follow YouTube, and it just doesn't work out for them.
Dramatically, resulting in his teachers telling him that he needed to quit YouTube.
The head teacher starts asking me if I would quit YouTube.
Why is it playing Hotline Bling while he's talking about this?
Morgz was therefore faced with a decision. He could either continue school or drop out at the age of 15 to pursue content creation, and a video titled Why I Quit School Aged 15 to Do YouTube Full Time gives us a pretty good idea about which option he would eventually choose.
Okay, this is from me talking from personal experience. I just tried to do YouTube full time, but my parents just weren't having it. I don't blame them for it. I totally understand why, because obviously, like, you know, boomers do not understand how YouTube works. Most of them just sit there on TikTok and Candy Crush rush. I do not blame my parents for being apprehensive. Basically, with my parents, they wanted to support me, but they just did not see YouTube as being viable because they didn't understand it, right? But then when I showed them like my first paycheck, they were like, oh shit, okay, no, fuck it, you can leave, you can leave. A lot of people feel that their parents are holding them back in that sense of like not wanting to do YouTube full time. Most parents have your best interest at heart. Most of them. My parents just didn't get it until they started seeing the money, which is totally understandable. Imagine you're a boomer, right? It's like, you know, smartphones have been made in your lifetime. And then your kid says to you, I can make, you know, millions by just sitting in front of my computer and talking. It doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, I want to say as well, I've got another main channel video finished. Like it's been finished for a while. It's another long form game review, but I can't get it out until I get a sponsor because I'm greedy. And this is not a game where it's all in their head. The first time we're breaking that trend.
A video uploaded by Muggy titled Morgz is an idiot for dropping out of school would go on to receive 1.25 million views by criticizing Morgz for believing his YouTube career would last forever.
I can comfortably say that I want to spend the rest of my life doing YouTube.
That's not gonna happen, sorry. It's just YouTube's not gonna exist for 60 more years.
Yet this wasn't
Did you hear how the guy that made that commentary video, he dubbed over himself, like correcting himself, almost like 5 years. He probably said 5 years, but then he was like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Let me, look, you can hear the overdub.
Happen, sorry. It's just YouTube's not gonna exist for 60 more years.
Oh, you know what? I've trolled Morgz enough. Let's defend our boy. Let's have a look at Muggy. Let's see how Muggy's doing. It'd be genius if Muggy fell off. Oh, he no uploaded 2 years. It's over. It's over. No, it's actually over. Morgz Bros won. Muggy fell off. It's done. It's done. I actually thought I'd go and he'd still be uploading, but just less views. But the fact that no upload in 2 years, it's done. Wait, he didn't die, did he? Please don't tell me I'm making fun of a dead person. He's not dead, is he? Oh my God. Okay, he hasn't tweeted since. Because what most people do is they get lazy and they quit YouTube and they just rot on Twitter all day. Okay, he might have died. If he died, he fell off. I mean, yes, but like, that's when you can't make a joke about it. Okay, guys, he didn't die, okay? You scared me for a second, but because so many of you are making up new illnesses, apparently he had brain and lung and ass cancer. No, he didn't.
The Sidemen awarded Morgz the most punchable face in 2018.
The most punchable face. Again, Morgz.
And by 2019, even PewDiePie was joining the pylon in front of an audience of over 16 million.
I think the pause challenge is like the straw that broke the camel's back because everyone hated that pause challenge video that Morgz did. Everyone hated that because it was just so obnoxious.
The mom really likes to make that face and it makes me very, 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 very,
Soy
very,
face.
very uncomfortable.
Subsequently, everyone over the age of 15.
Do you guys remember when like there was a big competition with Morg's mum? Morg's mum was gonna overtake me, I think. No upload in 5 months. Jill, come back. No, it's over. It's actually over for Morgz cells.
Seem to take on a similar opinion about Morgz. Morgz is a dumb English kid who know nothing.
Thank you, Naro,
but
for
yelling.
joining.
I mean, imagine a kid who makes his mum fall off a treadmill for money, and his number one problem is clickbaiting people. Pretty sure that the neighbors next to Morg's house must definitely have soundproofing. In the end, he sucks.
In the end, he sucks. Damn, got him there. I like the complaining about soundproofing, by the way. Have you seen the size of Morg's house? He probably did what like Ed Sheeran did and just bought every house on the street.
But whilst being criticized from every corner of the internet doesn't sound all that ideal, Morgz claimed that he loved it.
This is probably going to sound pretty crazy, but like, I love them really. There isn't really anything I enjoy watching more now than people like ripping into me.
Everybody making videos, ripping apart your content. How did that feel inside, Morgan? Did it hurt?
To be honest, I loved it.
I think he's definitely fronting. I think the way that our brains are wired in this really dumb, like lizard ape way is like you will get 1,000 positive comments and then you'll get 1 negative one, and that negative one sticks with you. I do think though over time you learn to kind of make or break with it though. Like comments I'd get 3 years ago would absolutely destroy me and keep me up at night. But now I see like the same comment 50 times and it just doesn't affect me anymore. I'm balding. Exactly. There you go. There's an example of a comment that doesn't get to me.
For the growth
Mods ban him.
of his channel. This was accentuated by Morg's mum beginning her own channel, which opened the door for a whole new set of memes, such as the Willoughby versus
Just filming her dead in the pool.
Morg's mum subscriber war, which garnered millions of views for each creator, while passively introducing
He took. Wait. No. I'm scrolling up. What was that comment? I'm reading this only because you're verified, you piece of shit. He talks like you when you try to sound like you have a deep voice. That's cutting deep. Okay, that's cutting deep. That is. That's really rude. You piece of shit. How's it going, guys? Flashbang.
One piece of criticism that Morgz didn't seem to appreciate was when people began to accuse him of stealing video ideas.
I remember this. I think I did a video on this. Yeah. This was when Morgz was copying Mr. Breast. Yeah. There it is. The Morgz one. Yeah. I just compiled them both.
In light of these accusations, Morgz would take to Twitter claiming that MrBeast's ideas had also already been done in the past, prompting a video response from MrBeast, who stated that he was putting his own twist on the videos whilst Morgz clearly wasn't.
When you get inspired, because it's clearly you're getting inspired by me, just switch it up a little bit more. Like, yeah, obviously I got inspired by other people. I wasn't the first to donate to Twitch streamers. Everyone gets inspiration, just you put your own little twist on it. I would just prefer, if you get inspired by me, just switch it up a little bit more. And yeah.
Mr. Breast has a point, but I think it's like everyone copies everyone, right? I think to an extent. But yeah, Morgz, I think the reason why Morgz got caught and why he got told off by everyone is because he was imitating the thumbnails. It's the thumbnails that got most people, because most people aren't even going to watch the videos and compare the two. The videos together in concept would probably be the same, but the execution would be entirely different. But Morgz was copying Mr. Breast's thumbnails. That was the problem.
Whatever.
Morgz responded to the video by stating, "The titles and thumbnails are pretty similar, but if you watch the actual vids, our video styles are completely different." Before Mr.
But that's the problem. He's literally admitted that the thumbnails are the same. Therefore, you copied his thumbnail. That's the problem.
Beast will conclude the thread by stating, a sensible response. I deleted the original tweet because I know lots of YouTubers are making vids on you right now, and I can't imagine it feels good, so I'll leave you alone. Have a good day. Although this certainly wouldn't be the end of the beef, as Morgz continued to copy many elements of MrBeast.
I mean, the problem is that's the same thumbnail, if not for Jill doing the Wojak soy face. If it wasn't for that, they would be the exact same thumbnail. I mean, it's a double soy face in that, to be fair.
6 months after their original encounter on Twitter, Morgz will post a tweet reading, "So out of video ideas at the moment. I'm in a bit of a pickle," prompting another little zinger by Jimmy reading, "Don't worry, I'm about to start uploading more soon." This prompted Morgz to start a new argument thread in which he would show examples where MrBeast seemed to have actually copied Morgz, yet MrBeast would dismantle these accusations by showing the process by which he had actually come up with the
Your top video is a copy of my Last to Leave series, point invalid. It was inspired by this VR guy. Nope, I still did it first.
ideas. Morgz responded by stating, "How come my top video is a copy of your Last to Leave series, but your VR video is inspired? And just because you say you're joking and you hate drama doesn't change anything. Just a way for you to push a narrative while still looking like a good guy, even though you tweeted about me." The beef continued with Morgz blacklisting the word MrBeast on his channel, and Jimmy stating on Twitter, "Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery."
Okay. I know this for a fact, right? The worst thing you can ever do is hide comments or blacklist certain words. I remember Leafy did that with his chin when iDubbbz did the content cop on him. Even through my drama and shit, I never chose to blacklist any words. Obviously, I'm gonna blacklist, like, you know, when people say hard R and shit, like fucking morons, because that's gonna get me banned. But yeah, no, the worst thing you can do is blacklist like a YouTuber's name or something. It completely fucking, they will cling on to that for dear life. 1984, because you can't be racist in the comments. It's out of my control, bro. Taking it with Susan.
Which Morgz's channel began to show the first signs of impending failure. We mentioned in the beginning that the first reason behind this was that his audience had simply gotten older. However, it wasn't only the audience. 15-year-old Morgz and 20-year-old Morgz were two completely different people.
That hair is terrible. I know this is coming from me, the master of like terrible haircuts, but this is the kid that says to you in the card lobby after he bodies you, "No cap on God, for real." That's terrible, that hair.
Two completely different people.
I'm sorry.
Over the past few years, as I'm sure you know, I have changed a lot from when I first started YouTube.
15-year-old Morgz seemed energetic and confident.
Thank you,
that
why
he
though,
would
for
do
joining?
YouTube forever, whilst 20-year-old Morgz had achieved 10 million subscribers and everything he could have ever imagined, leading him to adopt a more jaded personality, even claiming that he could simply retire whenever he wanted to.
I guess I'm at a point now where, like, I don't have to do anything. Like, I could theoretically, like, I guess, retire and stop.
I understand where he's coming from there, because the thing is with making money and YouTube, it's kind of difficult because you essentially, once your bills are covered, who told me this? I think it was James Marriott, or I told him this, I forget. Basically, there's been like a proven theory, there was like a study, and it's like once you've got all the money to cover necessities like electricity, gas, food, bills, all that kind of stuff. There's a certain threshold of money you can make. I forget the exact number. It's a couple like 10,000 or something every year. And once you break that threshold, money does not make you happy anymore. And that's kind of a problem because so many people focus on, because obviously Morgz was focusing on, you know, like basically bending over for his audience so he could make as much money as possible, like that energetic, you know, ADD personality. But obviously now, because he's made all the money to make him happy and there's no more fulfillment there, it's difficult. It's difficult. I kind of reached that point very early in YouTube, actually, because once you kind of have all the money that you need to live comfortably, it doesn't motivate you anymore, I don't think. MrBeast is a good example as well, because MrBeast will, he will put money into projects that he will lose money on overall. Like the Squid Game stuff. I think that was proven that he lost money overall on that. He made less than what he put into. It's like with me with the game reviews and shit. They make amazing money. Like don't get me wrong, fucking hell. The money's like, Ludwig watched one of my streams, and the fucking idiot was convinced that I made $1 million off the Utopia video. I didn't. I made a lot of money, but it wasn't $1 million. Yeah, money only goes so far, I think, and then you need to work on a way to reinvent yourself, which is what I think Morgz is doing now. And I think even though he's making probably a fraction of what he used to make, he's probably more happy now. Yeah, it's a difficult one, because you can arguably say he fell off, which, you know, he did fall off a little bit, but he's more happy for it. Seeing positive comments and making a community is good motivation, but Morgz kind of lacked that. Yeah. I think one thing I do, and I know this sounds kind of sad, when I upload one of these long form game reviews, I will literally spend 3 hours just reading the comments. I'll wait probably a day to read the comments because the initial comments are just like free booba tech spam or some garbage, because that's motivation. Seeing people like actually enjoy the content, it's great. It's really good. And obviously Morgz would lack that because Morgz's core community would have been little Timmy, 2 months old, on mommy's iPad, and he goes goo goo gaga. He presses the dislike button because it makes a funny sound when he does it, and then he clicks on the next video. I think every single person's audience are primarily children. Popular people will always have a child fan base because children have the most amount of spare time. Like for example, I Show Speed, right? Like you know, some of his fans have literally just came out the whim. But as long as you cultivate people that will actually watch you, and as soon as they turn 3, they won't move on, that's exactly what you need. I get people that tell me that they watch me since like MLG and shit. Like I find that so hard to believe, but apparently it's true. It's so weird to hear that, but yeah.
As a result, Morgz began to take a much more honest approach to YouTube, admitting that the content itself was fake in addition to his personality.
Morgan, we all know you've done a lot of fake videos, but which one is the fakest?
No, how can I even pick one? There's so many.
While also admitting that he had copied MrBeast on numerous different occasions.
No! Don't admit it! You know what? I will hold my hands up and say, yes, I have taken ideas before. I mean...
What?
I already know that.
There was a clear internal battle that was arising in Morgz's mind after he'd hit 10 million subscribers, being that he could either continue with the overhyped fake persona and the videos targeted towards children, or he could pursue authenticity and run the risk of losing his audience. Morgz would make this decision publicly in early 2021.
Is that the actual thumbnail he chose? He looks like the Brendan Fraser just fucked my shit up meme. How can you make that your actual thumbnail? Oh my god. That's so good.
When he'd upload a video titled I'm Leaving YouTube, explaining that he planned on leaving his childlike persona in the past so he could make videos as his own authentic self.
Now I've got 11 million subscribers and everything. I guess now I'm at a point in my YouTube career where I'm just kind of done with the bullshit. Like, you know, I just want to be myself again.
By this point, Morgz's viewership had already fallen.
I kind of get where he's coming from because like I said earlier, he's falling off, but like at least he's happy about it, you know? The worst thing he could do is try and like get that 7-year-old fan base again, like try and do a second wind, and he's just not enjoying it. Because that would be hell. Because he's made his money. The guy has more money than me. Definitely. He's got more money than most YouTubers that aren't like syndicated, like Sidemen and that. I think honestly, it's safe to say Morgz overall, especially because his parents have got into housing and stuff, the housing market, he's probably got over 10 mil, at least that, and that's 10 mil sterling, so he's set for life, literally.
20 million per month from a peak of 100 million per month. However,
because keep in mind as well, he was getting that good boy revenue because he was making videos for literal 2-year-olds.
However, Morgz displaying his genuine self seemed to have no effect on his decline in views, as they would unfortunately continue to tumble. Perhaps Morgz's reputation as a kid's entertainer was so deeply ingrained that nobody over the age of 18 would be willing to call themselves a Morgz fan even after the rebrand.
Thank you, Mr.
Maybe
Shouts,
Morgz
for joining.
overestimated how interested his previously young audience would be in his new genuine persona. The other problem with adopting this new genuine persona was that suddenly there was no reason for the commentary community to talk about him anymore.
Yeah.
He kind of lost his meme status. So much of his growth had come from people simply discussing how bad he was, and therefore as Morgz got rid of his cringy personality, people got rid of their videos talking about it. All of this led Morgz' viewership to fall further to around 10 million per month, while Morgz' subscriber count would stagnate, followed by its first sign of a decline in early 2022. The decreased viewership and subscriber count seemed to lead to a decline in motivation as Morgz began to upload every 1 or 2 months, resulting in a further viewership decline to around 5 million per month, where it remains to this day.
He doesn't need to upload anymore. It's only B2 be like, I'm fucking Australian. Fucking bottle of VB.
Amy!
Babe, I'm wet.
You want a paper towel?